Yo, what is going on guys? My name is TheJackSilkstone and welcome to a quick little Thorpe Park winter update video. That's right, once again I'm lucky enough to be within the Thorpe Park resort. The park have allowed me to come in today to show you some minor little updates that have been taking place over the past few weeks in anticipation for the 2023 season. Now as you can see, it is currently sunset here at the park and I have to say, it is insanely peaceful. Oh, it's an absolutely gorgeous evening. I'm literally planning on just walking around the entire park. There are a few areas I definitely want to show you guys where I know work's been taking place. So I'm definitely gonna hit those areas. And then if I see anything else on my travels around the park, and I'll show you them as well. And yeah, we're just gonna take a nice chilled walk around the park. Absolutely gorgeous. I'll never ever take for granted the fact that I'm here in the winter. It's a very rare view, just seeing the park completely dead, completely quiet, completely peaceful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Right, let's get this update started. I'm gonna head over to Soar Alive. Woohoo. So over here on the Soar Alive path, I've got something very, very cool to share with you guys. And it's actually not in regards to Colossus, which has still got its little missing bit of track. I'm presuming that'll be sorted sooner rather than later. There's currently loads of scaffolding up on the lift hill. It's so cool to see, obviously just general winter maintenance stuff. But no, the cool thing that I have to show you down this path is actually on the other side. That's right, it's in regards to Soar Alive, which, as you can see, is having some work done. And this is only the start of the work that's going to be taking place in this area, because essentially this entire queue line for Soar Alive is going to be flattened over the next few weeks, ready for the 2023 season, in which they're basically going to be making a new picnic area for this area. Because yeah, obviously Soar Alive hasn't operated as a Fright Nights maze for a good few years now. And yeah, obviously when it was operational, you join the queue line right here. I think this was the normal way and then this was fast track. So you'd go down here. However, as you can see, they've cut out this first big fence. It's currently just all lying over there. And yeah, that's just a start. All of this is going to be going within the next few weeks, which is crazy to think, because just look how busy it all is in there. It used to hold big queues because it was a very popular maze back in the day. I'm actually a little bit scared being stood here, with this window being open. It feels very eerie and haunted. But yeah, essentially we're going to have a nice new picnic area here, in which you can just come and chill out by the lake. And you might be thinking, well, that's all very nice, Jack, but it's not exactly the most picturesque spot, is it, when you're sat next to this big derelict warehouse looking thing. But the plan is to finally move the Soar Alive barge within, I believe, the next few weeks. So hopefully it should be moved for the 2023 season. I don't think they're completely getting rid of it. I think they are just moving it somewhere else on the lake so that you can at least have this area of the park open. So I don't think they're fully getting rid of it, but at least that'll mean that you've got a lovely lake view here where you can have a nice picnic. So yeah, that's the plans here at Soar Alive. In my opinion, it's definitely a long time coming. As I said, this maze hasn't operated for a good few years, and it's a really nice area of the park. Obviously, you've got the lake on this side, you've got Colossus right next to it over there, and yeah, it takes up a lot more room than you'd think. So yeah, once this is all gone, nice picnic area, and who knows, I mean, just speculation wise, if they've got a big open space like this, and it even opens up the possibility for future rides, flat rides, shows even on the lake in the future. As I said, that's just me purely speculating, but if they've got the space, then I'm sure they will consider it for future things like mazes, rides, shows, and all of that. Because yeah, it's going to be really cool, and I will keep you updated. But yeah, this is the current state of it. I think they literally started yesterday or even the day before, so it's all very fresh and it's going to be gone very soon. So yeah, I thought I'd just give you a closer look at some of the scaffolding currently on Colossus. It really is insane just how tall of a scaffolding structure that is, but obviously they need it to get up to certain points in the ride. Yeah, very cool to see, all just standard winter maintenance and stuff. But whilst I'm over here, I actually spotted that just down here, they're currently just storing the Rocky Express sign. It's nice to see that that hasn't just been thrown in a skip. It's going to be looked after by the park and is being kept. And you can just say we've got a loggers leap board. Let me head round and show you this properly actually. Yeah, here we go. We've got a lovely loggers leap board. Look at that. It's so nostalgic seeing that logo again. And then just behind that we've got the big Creek Freak Massacre sign as well. So yeah, it's cool to see that they're keeping these signs, and who knows, maybe they'll, especially like the Creek Freak one, might pop up again at some point in a future Fright Nights maze as like an Easter egg. But yeah, obviously we've got the Exodus site just over there. Obviously be sure to subscribe to the channel for all of those separate Exodus updates. I won't mention it in this video, but believe me, there's some exciting stuff going on in there as always. But yeah, I've obviously got my Project Exodus series separate to these Thorpe Park updates. But yeah, I thought whilst I was over here, I'd show you these cool signs and obviously the Colossus scaffolding. So just as I make my way over to Swarm, I've got such a small update. I didn't even think it was worth mentioning, but it's the kind of thing that gets me excited. And I know that's why you guys watch these videos. You're just as nerdy as I am. You want to know when every little thing changes within Thorpe Park. And well, I'm very happy to tell you that we've got a new fence down here on the pathway just outside of Flying Fish. Yeah, obviously before we had like loads of bushes and stuff over here. We've now got this nice little wooden fence. Oh, look at that. That's good stuff, that. But yeah, essentially it's just to stop vines and stuff growing over this wall.
Let me stop you right there because I am chatting absolute nonsense in that clip. That fence is actually there so that they can grow vines along that wall, not to stop them. I'm definitely not going to get a job gardening at Thorpe Park anytime soon.
I thought I'd show it to you guys. Just over there on the other side of Amity Beach, they're currently doing just a little bit of work on the lower dome, which hopefully we'll be able to see once the park opens in March. Very cool. And then just behind me, we've got some of the Flying Fish trains. Very cool. So I've made my way over to Swarm Island now, and I've been told to be very, very careful because these walls are still in fact wet. So I'm gonna keep my distance so I don't get any paint on me. But yeah, essentially, loads of maintenance work has been taking place here in the Swarm station, in which, as I said, loads of the walls are currently being painted. And things are just being touched up, because if you saw this wall in the past few seasons, you'll know it was just full of graffiti. It wasn't looking the best, to put it nicely. But yeah, the park has just taken this time over this winter period to just touch up the Swarm and make sure that it's looking fresh for when it reopens in 2023. This side, I believe, hasn't been done at all, so it gives you a nice little comparison. Like, look how just fresh this paint looks over here compared to this side. And obviously the Swarm is themed around like a derelict church, like it's the apocalypse, so I believe they're not just going to leave it looking pristine. It would look a little bit weird in regards to the story of the Swarm. So I do think they're going to like dirty it down a bit and blend it in like with this top wall. Even this wood, I think this is all new. We've got new wood down here. Yeah, it's just these little touches that the normal park goer wouldn't even notice. They wouldn't care about, they wouldn't notice. Yeah, that's why I love filming these updates so much, because I know you guys love the park as much as me and you love seeing stuff like this. So yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, it's nice to see the Swarm again. And obviously this ride is now over a decade old, which is insane. But yeah, might grab a paintbrush and help out. Looks brilliant in here though. So I thought, just for variation's sake, I'd head over outside of Survival Games, obviously the brand new maze for Fright Nights last year. Yeah, just to finish off my update. I can't believe how quickly it's got dark. It's gone from a beautiful sunset to very much dusk. But yeah, I thought it'd just be cool to end things over here because obviously we don't really get to see this outside of the Fright Nights. But yeah, it's still here, it's looking brilliant. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching today's video. As I said, be sure to subscribe to the channel for even more Thorpe Park and also Project Exodus updates because things are very exciting. But yeah, thank you all very much for joining me in today's video. I hope you've all enjoyed. My name's TheJackSilkstone. Goodbye.
Yeah, my team front row when we jump on a train. Got the merch on, reppin' SLK. Island flex when I step through the gate. Come true fresh with the style on flames. Dripped out, now I'm vibing. Link with the boys, jump straight to the island. Silkstone flex on a wave like tidal. Style so crazy, I hit it in asylum. Everyday riding, thrill seeker, it's the way that I like it. Style so sick, yeah, we jump to the bridge, take pics with the gang, then we watch the horizon.